Welcome to War India News Hour. Is the Pegasus fever over or waiting for another outbreak? Pegasus spyware has taken the world by a storm. Developed by an Israeli cyber arms firm, NSO Group, Pegasus can be secretly installed on mobile phones and other iOS and Android devices without even a single user click. It snoops into text messages, tracks calls, passwords, location, and even steals sensitive data from apps. Discovered in 2016, the malicious spyware used jailbreak to gain access to an iPhone. The Trojan horse has been reported to be sold to the United Arab Emirates and other Gulf states, including India, for surveillance purposes. In July 2021, it was revealed by human rights group Amnesty International that the Project Pegasus has been used to tap phones of high-profile targets, including more than 300 journalists, politicians, and media activists in India. This is not the first time such a revelation was made. Such attacks were reported even in 2018 to 19 when WhatsApp waged a legal battle in the US against NSO, alleging NSO had hacked into WhatsApp video calls in several devices. NSO Group claims it sells the technology to authorized governments, but little is known if that is the case. Whether the same has been used for criminal and national security investigations alone or to commit corporate espionage or unauthorized surveillance is a pertinent question. If used unauthorizedly or illegally, it would tantamount to invasion of privacy and a gross violation of human rights. Are we following the rules of law in India? Although many of these safeguards are built into the extant IT Act and rules, the Personal Data Protection Bill is yet underway and there is little or no evidence to question invasion of privacy through hacking and or arbitrary exercise of surveillance powers. Though Section 66 of IT Act 2000 entitles a user to seek compensation for unauthorized access and copying of personal data, and Section 43A entitles a user to sue a body corporate for failure to protect his personal sensitive information, onus is on him to prove there has been a hacking or failure to protect his data. Such users can lodge both civil and criminal actions, or in a mass hacking case such as Pegasus, government can also take suo motu action or judiciary can take suo motu action. Let's look into today's headlines in War India. Adtran merges with Adva to create end-to-end fiber networking solutions. Adtran had announced a merger with Adva to create a global scaled provider of end-to-end fiber networking solutions for communications service provider, enterprise and government customers. The merger combines Adtran's global power prowess in fiber access, fiber extension and subscriber connectivity solutions with Adva's expertise in metro, wavelength division, multiplexing, data center interconnection, business Ethernet and network synchronization solutions. The combined company will be named Adtran Holdings and will be dual listed on the Nasdaq and Frankfurt Stock Exchange. Kotak Mahindra to sell 8.57% stake in Airtel Payments Bank. Kotak Mahindra Bank will sell 20 crore shares in Airtel Payments Bank Limited amounting to 8.57% stake to Bharti Enterprises for around Rs 294 crores. The sale is expected to be completed by September 15th or before, the bank said in a regulatory filing. Kotak Mahindra Bank and the parent of telecom operator Bharti Airtel Limited had teamed up in 2016 for the Payments Bank. The acquirer, Bharti Enterprises Limited, has received no objections from the Reserve Bank of India to enable the execution of the proposed transaction. NIT Warangal offers online courses on AI, ML and deep learning. NIT Warangal has announced an online course called Artificial Intelligence, Machine Learning and Deep Learning Applications for interested students and professionals. The 4-day online course is being organized by the Center for Continuing Education and Department of Computer Science and Engineering of the National Institute of Technology Warangal. The course will be conducted by experts from IITs, NITs, central universities and professors from US universities. Kaspersky blocked 5.8 million malware attacks last year. Cyber attacks are targeting gamers with increased frequency. As more people find themselves staying indoors and playing games, gaming-related cyber threats are rising. In less than a year, that is the past 9 months, Kaspersky says it has detected and blocked over 5.8 million attacks from malware and other unwanted software masquerading as popular PC games. Mobile gaming saw a sharp uptick in game-related threats too as the pandemic began to unfold. Kaspersky did an audit of malware threats targeted at PC and mobile gamers and found that attacks disguised as the 24 most popular PC games and top 10 mobile titles soared with the introduction of lockdowns last year. Government relooks at the draft rules for e-commerce. The draft e-commerce rules were announced on June 21st and invited comments from stakeholders by July 6th. However, multiple contradictions flagged by the industry had prompted the Consumer Affairs Department to extend the date to July 21st. There is a huge pushback from not only the industry but also some sectors of the government. The Department of Consumer Affairs is learned to be revisiting some provisions pertaining to definitions such as related party and e-commerce entity proposed in the draft e-commerce rules it published in June. The Confederation of All India Traders said, as expected, few organizations in the country are bent upon creating roadblocks and to ensure that reforms are derailed, and it is highly painful to observe that Niti Aayog, without realizing as to why the e-commerce rules are necessary, joined the chorus criticizing the rules. COVID Watch. India has administered 65 crore doses of COVID-19 vaccine drive started in January. Health Minister Manshukh Mandavia said 50 crore people have received their first dose of the vaccine. I applaud the hard work of COVID-19 warriors and diligence of citizens in helping achieve this momentous feat, he tweeted. That's all for now. Please like, share, comment and subscribe to War India News Magazine. Please download the War India app from Google Play Store for the latest news and updates. Stay tuned. Thank you.